You say over Afghanistan that it's important to get your message out about why we're there and the plan to get us out. And yet, a poll yesterday showed that twice as many people polled believe that the war in Afghanistan is increasing the threat of terrorism regionally, not decreasing it. Isn't it true that police work, as recent cases have shown, and not war, will make Britain's streets safer?
I'm glad you raised this question, because there's really three arguments about Afghanistan, and you've hit on two of the most important ones that we've got to be dealt with. Should we rely simply on our national security services here? And should we rely on better border control, on better policing, on better surveillance, although that may mean interference in some people's civil liberties? Should we rely on that to escape the terrorist incidents that we've had in the past? And some people call that the Fortress Britain argument, and they say we should be spending more on security services and more on police. I don't think that argument holds up, to be honest. We have doubled our security services. The number of police involved in anti-terrorism activity has doubled. So we are not short of resources to deal with terrorism in our country. The problem is that 3/4 of the terrorist plots don't start in Britain. They don't even start near Britain. They start far away from Britain. And unless you can do something about Al-Qaeda and how it operates in Pakistan and its influence on Afghanistan, then you're not going to be in a position to say that you have properly defended Britain from the potential for an attack. Now, the second, I'll finish, and then you can come back. The second argument is we should just attack Al-Qaeda. And you may have seen that argument put forward in the United States of America. And so people say, well, forget about Afghanistan, just deal with Waziristan, which is where the Al-Qaeda people are based. The problem is that Al-Qaeda have infected a whole group of people around them, including the Pakistan Taliban and the Afghanistan Taliban. And we could not say that simply by attacking Al-Qaeda that we would be safe from terrorist attack. And particularly the Afghan and Pakistan Taliban are working closely with Al-Qaeda now. We know that to be a fact. So the second possibility would be get our troops home from Afghanistan and simply concentrate in Pakistan. Now, that wouldn't, in my view, work either. So you've got to think about where the problem is, how you can prevent it getting worse, and what can you do. And 43 nations have made a decision to be part of this. And, you know, America, all the other countries, where, by the way, public opinion is saying exactly the same thing at the moment. And so we have got to make the NATO decision. We've made our decision. We're the first country to make a decision to put more troops in. We're waiting for America to make a decision. I want all the other European countries to make a decision. And I want us to have a coordinated effort that we can explain not just to the British public, but to people around the world. So I disagree with the view that you can simply deal with security here and expect that we would be free from terrorist attack simply by doing that. We know where the problem's located, and we know what we're going to do about it.
Very quickly.
Yeah. But a recent intelligence expert from the CIA said that Al-Qaeda estimated only 100 people in Afghanistan. Is your contention that if we were to withdraw, they'd reappear in Afghanistan? And secondly, isn't a war in South Asia the best recruitment drive possible for groups like Al-Qaeda?
No, the fact is that Al-Qaeda have a large group of people in the mountain areas of Pakistan, Waziristan. The Pakistan army is now moving into Waziristan. You've had American Predator bombings of the Waziristan that have eliminated a large number of Al-Qaeda leaders. You've got the Pakistan army, 30,000 of them, now moved into Waziristan. For the first time, Pakistan has taken seriously its terrorist problem. But if you left Afghanistan now, there's no doubt where Al-Qaeda would go. And there's no doubt what the Taliban would do on return to power in Afghanistan. They would simply allow it to be an operational base for Al-Qaeda. And all the advances that we've made in the last 8 years and all the lives that have been sacrificed to make sure that a stable Afghanistan is necessary for a stable Britain, I couldn't justify that position. I just tell you, we have done the right thing to have taken out the Taliban government and to have attacked Al-Qaeda. We're doing the right thing now by making sure they can never return to power in Afghanistan. We're doing the right thing by encouraging Pakistan to take on Al-Qaeda. And this is a problem of militant extremism based on a perversion of the Islamic religion that will not go away. You just can't sit back and say, if we do nothing, it will go away. It won't go away. We have got to be clear that we have got to take action to deal with it. And we're part of a coalition. I want other countries to share the burden with us more fairly. And that's what I'm trying to do at the moment, to get other countries involved in this way.